So the US sanctioned former DRC President Joseph Kabila. I want to talk about this because I want to find out exactly what does it mean, what does it mean for Kabila, what does it mean for Congo, and what does it mean for the M23. Okay, so first of all, welcome to Mind State. Here we discuss about everything Africa. We mostly cover African politics and economics developments. Yeah, but today I wanted to talk about Joseph Kabila, the former DRC president who's currently, according to the Congolese government and accordingly to multiple sources, that he is the mastermind behind the rebel insurgency in eastern part of DRC. And so, because of that, the US has discovered that it is appropriate to sanction him because of his involvement with the M23 and his involvement in creating instability in the DRC. So I wanted to talk about this after I found out that the US sanctioned them. So my purpose is to find out exactly what does it mean to be sanctioned by the US government, and what does it mean for Kabila going forward? What does it mean for the DRC and the M23 movements in eastern part of Congo, the M23 rebels? Yeah, rebels. Okay, so right now I am in the US Department of State website. Here you can find out more information about the sanctions and the reason why the US believed that they needed to sanction Joseph Kabila. If you wanted to read more about this, you can always visit this website. You uncover more of these sanctions and the reasoning behind it. Okay, so my purpose today is to really dig deep about these sanctions. What does it mean for this guy? What does it mean for DRC? And what does it mean for the future of the eastern part of Congo? Okay, so being sanctioned by USA generally means that all your assets, your money, property, financial interests of Kabila in the United States, all those things are frozen. So, and any type of transactions, financial transactions through the US financial system is being blocked. And his involvement with US citizens, US companies will not move forward. And I believe US companies and citizens will be uh, forbidden to do any type of business with Joseph Kabila. So this is a huge stamp on his uh, business transactions internationally. This is a huge for the Congolese government because his what's his Kabila, he's a big business. You know, other than being a huge political figure in the DRC, he's also a huge businessman, and uh, a lot of DRC's financial activities happens in the US dollar. So it means that his financial assets in the DRC as well are frozen, not just in the US, but in the DRC. Well, I mean, you can argue that because the DRC have already charged them of all of these crimes, uh, his um, his finances and his involvement in the DRC financially was already put into a huge stop, and it's one of the reason why he's supporting the M23 because the DRC government found out, that is one of the most corrupted individuals in the DRC that are currently basically destroying the DRC's economy. This was one of the first initiatives that President Tshisekedi started when he got into power, is to uncover the corruptions that has been going on in the DRC for a long time. So these sanctions means that as activities, financial activities in the US are frozen, and of course, and in the DRC. This also means that the USA is directly accusing him of backing the rebel groups, the M23. So um, all these allegations or the violence, the mass displacement of Eastern DRC folks, people, all of these accusations are being now, directly tied to Joseph Kabila. It's a huge win for the DRC government because for a long time it's only been the DRC government that has been accusing him of his involvement with the M23, and at the beginning part he himself, Joseph Kabila, was denying any type of involvement with the rebels. Um, but even after the DRC sentenced him for his crimes, because the DRC government already had proof of his involvement and of being the mastermind behind the insurgency. Um, so he basically came out and he didn't care anymore. But now that the USA is the US government is sanctioning them, it means that the USA is also believes that, and they have definitive proof that he is the mastermind behind the insurgency in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is huge for the Congolese government. This is a huge win. And this is a huge blow for any of the Kabila supporters in the DRC. This is a huge blow because these sanctions also means that any type of relationship that Kabila has with his people in the DRC are being monitored. And if any type of financial transaction happens between him and his people in the DRC, they will be searched. They will be, if they are found out, they will be stopped and possibly receive severe penalties for any violation of the sanctions that has been put upon him. This also means that Joseph Kabila is internationally isolated. Um, Even we say that his assets in the USA are frozen. His assets in the DRC are frozen as well. But even outside of USA and DRC, so, banks, businesses, governments will be cautious to do any type of business with Kabila or with his associates, because doing any type of business with them will result into penalties and reputational damages. So this is going to be a huge is going to be a huge problem for his political career. I've seen him. I've seen a few of his movements in the African continent. I think he's been to Kenya. I've seen images of him in South Africa. Um, but countries in Africa, his former allies or his current allies, will be cautious to do any type of business with them after these sanctions. Um, and if they are seen to do any type of business with them, especially the nations in Africa, talking to South Africa and Kenya, um, the DRC government will also be cautious to do any type of businesses with those countries that associate themselves with Kabila, especially Kenya, because there's already tensions between the DRC, between President of Congo, Tshisekedi, and William Ruto, the President of Kenya. So if and this Kenyan president is gone out publicly and shows his indirect support of Kabila and the M23. So if he continues to do this economically, because Congo is one of the is the biggest country in East Africa that supports Kenyan exports. So if these tensions continue, it's going to be a huge blow for the Kenyan economy. Um, and after these sanctions, if he continues to do business with Kabila, the relationship between DRC and Kenya will only continue to gradually decrease. So what else does it mean? It means that these sanctions also means that the current Congolese government are expressing their muscles. They were looking forward to continue to express their muscles. Um, and it also means that the United States, the current regime in America, undoubtedly supports President Tshisekedi, um, and they believe him of his accusations of. They believe his accusations of Joseph Kabila being the mastermind behind the insurgencies in the eastern part of DRC. And it also means that the economical agreements between DRC and the USA are in a good place right now. If it results, see the fruits of this relationship between USA and DRC is producing results, as one of the DRC enemies are being punished. So the Congolese government is expressing its power, and it shows how strategically how good they are when it comes to foreign affairs. Their their political involvement outside of DRC, their influence outside of DRC, it's continuing to grow. I would say that DRC is very good to diplomatic, um, whatever diplomatic strategies that they have in place right now. It's working really good, and they should continue. They should continue. They should only continue to grow. But for the M23, if we're speaking about Congo directly, for the M23, uh, it means that they are cornered. They are pushed. They are for them. This is going to be tough because Kabila is their number one supporter, and apart from Kagame, Kabila is also a huge supporter for this. So it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for these guys. It doesn't look good at all. And this is all good for DRC, but yeah, it doesn't look good for these guys. This also means that yeah, it signals deeper U.S. involvement in the Congo. We've already discussed about the relationship between USA and the DRC right now is in a good place, but it also means that the US and Congo, the minerals deals that they have in place are working. And it also means that Washington is trying to push the peace process and, you know, and warn elites that support the M23 will be punished, will receive any penalties if there are any outside external um, forces that are trying to support the M23, there will be consequences for their connections with the M23, and it also means that USA it will continue to pressure um, the Western powers. They will continue to pressure other external forces, external countries to um, to see the actual picture that's happening in the DRC, and to put even more sanctions on the M23 members and the Rwandan members, and Kabila. You know, European countries will be forced to follow suit. They will be forced to follow suit. So this is all generally good for DRC. This is good for President Tshisekedi, uh, and it's bad for the M23. It's really bad for the M23 because when I was looking around, I saw this article on The Economist. This article says that a Congolese militia wants to sell critical minerals to Donald Trump. The Congolese militia want to sell mineral directly to Donald Trump. Why? What's happening? What's happening with their fundings, right? Um, there's money tied uh, in Rwanda. There's money tied in Kabila's camp. So this article just proved that the sanctions are working. It proved that DRC is doing good um, to push these people, because why would these militias try to sell minerals directly to Donald Trump when Trump and the U.S. government, or at least this current U.S. administration, has shows that they are on the side of the DRC government. So if these militias are going out of their way to trying, they are going out of their way to try to make deals with the U.S. government, it means that they have no other way. They have no other ways to make money, right? And it means that these sanctions are really, really squeezing them. They have no room to breathe, so they are going out to the one that's sanctioning them. It's funny. It's very weirdly funny. Um, but the leaders of N23, you know, are right now in deep water. They are pushing it as well. They are pushing it because DRC is improving. They have freed many occupied lands in the eastern part of DRC, in the southern Kivu, and in the northern Kivu, in North Kivu as well. So DRC are moving good underground with their military. They are also very good diplomatically. So it's now a matter of time to see where this war will go to. But I'm guessing, I'm hoping, I'm hoping by the end of this year that the DRC government to move even closer to achieve peace in eastern part of Congo, because that's what we all want. We want peace. We want peace, and these rebels will not bring it. These rebels will not bring it. Rebelling is not a good way to achieve peace. But this is what I wanted to discuss. I wanted to discuss about the sanctions that the US imposed on Kabila, and how does it affect the M23? How does it affect the um, the big picture? You know, the peace in Congo. But yeah, this is mine state. Here we discuss, like I said, we discuss about African politics. We discuss about the economical development of African states, and we uncover the truth behind any type of rebellions in Congo or any other African states. Feel free to comment below. Tell me your opinion. What do you think about the sanctions? What does it mean for DRC? And what does it mean for Kabila and his future in Congo? Peace.